Hi, I'm Amanda Metters-Potel, the owner of Triad Tutoring, and today we are going to take a look at test number 2, section 4, numbers 37 and 38, which is the calculator section. So looking at these, it looks like it's a little bit of a scary problem, but really they're giving you the formula that you need to work with. So all we need to worry about is what are we given versus what are we solving for. So in this particular problem, it tells us that the species of plant, they currently have 3,000 of these plants. And they're telling us that the growth can be estimated using this formula. The number next year is going to equal the number this year plus 0.2 times the number this year times 1 minus the number this year over k. And k is some constant. So here in question 37, now they give us the k value. And what they want to know is the number of plants 2 years from now. So we can only find out the next year from this formula, right? So n next year equals the number this year, 3,000, plus 0.2 times the number this year, 3,000 again, times 1 minus 3,000 over 4,000. So now I'm solving that in my calculator. And the important thing to do is make sure you do order of operations. So first thing I want to do is the 1 minus 3,000 over 4,000. That's in my parentheses, so I have to solve for that first. So 3,000 divided by 4,000 is 0.75. 1 minus 0.75 is 0.25. So I have 0.25 times 3,000 times 0.2. So that gives me 150 plus the 3,000 that we started with. So next year, I'm going to have 3,150, right? Now, but they want to know 2 years from now. So now 2 years from now, I have to start this all over again. But this time, I'm going to say that my current is 3,150. So where I had 3,000 is now being replaced with 3,150 because that would be this year's plants now after year 1. And so I solve that again. And so again, 3,150 divided by 4,000 is my first step. 1 minus 0.7875 times 3,150 times 0.2 plus 3,150. So I ended up with 3,283 and then 0.88. And be careful because it says round your answer to the nearest whole number. So I would want to round that up. Okay. So now let's take a look at 38. So now, same formula that we're using, right? And I know that I'm still using this formula because this little symbol tells me that this information goes to both problems. So now the botanist would like to increase the number of plants that the environment can support so that it'll increase more rapidly. So if the goal is that the number of plants will increase from 3,000 this year to 3,360 next year, how many plants must the modified environment support? And so remember, how many plants the environment can support is this constant K, right? So now we're doing the exact same thing. We're using the same formula, except this time what we don't have is the K value. So next year, we want to have 3,360 plants. This year, we have 3,000 plus 0.2 times 3,000 times 1 minus 3,000 over K. And now K is what I need to solve for. So here we go. Let's subtract 3,000. And we get 360 equals, I'm going to go ahead and do 0.2 times 3,000. So 0.2 times 3,000 equals 600. So I have 600 times 1 minus 3,000 over K. At this point, you can either distribute your 600 or you can go ahead and divide by 600. I think I'm going to go ahead and divide by 600, but either method would work. Okay, and I can say, I could use my calculator, but if I was doing it quickly in my head, I know that 6 goes into 36 6 times, 6 goes into 60 10 times, and 6/10 as a decimal is 0.6. Okay, and now I have 1 minus 3,000 over K, subtract 1. I'm left with negative 0.4 equals negative 3,000 over K. The negatives will cancel, so I have 0.4 equals, scroll down a little so we have a little more room. Or we'll scroll up, that works too. Okay, so going back to what we had left, we have 0.4 equals 3,000 over K. To solve for K, I want to multiply by K to get it up in the numerator. So I have 0.4K equals 3,000. And finally, divide by 0.4 on both sides, and we will be able to solve for K. So 3,000 divided by 0.4 gives me 7,500. So again, a problem that's not difficult algebra, just a lot of working through the problem. But fortunately, this is the calculator section, so you can do it. All right, thank you for watching.